Good morning and welcome, everybody. So good to have you with us. I'd like to um, I'd like to just begin with this sense of our gathering circle. Those who are present for this recording and those who will be joining us later. We just begin to soften and open to the love that is always here for us, regardless of the way things look, regardless of what we're experiencing. There is this pervasive, all-encompassing, unconditional love. And breathe in and breathe out. Letting your shoulders relax. Letting your head begin to relax. As you breathe in and know the Lord gives it. And you exhale, the Lord takes it away. Inhale, the Lord gives it. Exhale, the Lord takes it away. As you feel yourself just settling in, just relaxing and letting go. Allowing your old grounding cord to fall away and a brand new one to spontaneously project itself down to the heart of the planet, to the heart of Gaia. Feel how she welcomes your grounding cord as all kinds of debris begin to flow down to be recycled. And breathe in, the Lord gives it. Breathe out, the Lord takes it away. As your healing channels within the body begin to dilate, debris continuing to flow down to the heart of the planet, being recycled and returned to you. As we open to a beautiful light, feel the dimension opening to us now. Beautiful, cascading, prismatic white light, gently flowing to us. Feel the love and the yearning of the white light that begins to bathe us, flow over us in total acceptance of who we are and where we are. Feel the intelligence and the loving attention of the light as it soothes us, bathing the brain, consoling it. Feel it flowing over you and through you. Feel it caring for your memory as it washes away those things we no longer need to remember, those things that trouble us, that are no real use to us. Feel them tumbling away in the embrace of the white light. Feel your eyes soften and receive. Your ears soften and receive. Feel so much that's not needed flowing away, flowing away, flowing over the shoulders, the burdens, troubles, and concerns we carry. Feel the white light carrying for them, removing them if we allow it, and coming to the heart in companionship, in love and acceptance. Feel yourself being embraced by the white light. Feel its loving communion with you, understanding your difficulties. Feel it taking a more human form, offering to take away those things you no longer need to carry, those burdens. Allow yourself to give those burdens to the one who can miraculously care for them. And breathe. You now feel this more human form embrace you. As the troubles in your heart tumble out and are received by this beautiful, beautiful being. Feeling more energy flowing away down to Mother Earth as she receives more from you, creating more space for the love that's being given to you by this great holy being. Feel it expanding within you. Feel yourself beginning to forgive yourself. Oh, forgiveness. The love from the great being accepts you as you are, sees you, loves you, hears you, knows what you're thinking. Just begin to relax so that you can all the better surrender. Surrender these difficulties so that you can receive the light and the love. Feel how you're in an ocean of loving care. You just begin to allow it to move through you, to melt into it, so that you can be that loving care too. Breathe and float in the ocean of loving care. And know this is who you truly are. Feel your heart recognize, yes, this, I am this. As the mantras begin to chant in the distance, the vibration of primordial sound all around you and through you. As every cell in your body begins to vibrate to that, the vibration of health, vitality, love, wisdom, a whole spectrum of spiritual well-being, physical well-being, emotional well-being, and mental well-being. And breathe as you soak up what is truly yours always, and allow it all to integrate. It's the beautiful being, the great spiritual being that is always with us in his more physical form now as he begins to recede for a moment. His presence here, his form a little less so. Feel his blessing upon you. And let it descend through you. The seeds of miracles spreading throughout you. As your own love creates the environment for these seeds to bloom, blossom, and grow. So we begin to come back into this denser reality, the one so precious to us, in which we live our everyday lives, and feeling the beautiful field, this ocean of loving care, still within you, still as you, healing you and blessing you as it integrates and integrates. So we find ourselves in a spiritual circle, surrounded by our own guides, angels, allies, the spiritual masters of the lineage, and those beings to whom our souls are calling. They all begin to chant Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. 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 An arati to your higher self, to the God who lives within you as you. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. Om Namah Shivaya, Shivaya, Shiva. And breathe and integrate. And slowly but surely coming back into the room where you are now sitting, wiggling your fingers and toes and opening your eyes. There's no rush. Ah, I never know what's going to come out of my mouth, and I'm usually so grateful. These Satsangs. Now I like to Jim, to our Aruna Dev. I'd like to begin with this. I bow to the God who lives within you as you. From everlasting to everlasting, thou art God. And to Indira, Prasad, and Ishwari, I bow to the Goddess who lives within you as you. From everlasting to everlasting, thou art Goddess. Oh, thank you. And that greeting to the women goes to all those women in the future who will be joining this circle and watching this video. And to the men, it is not just to Jim, but to you too. Oh. So welcome, everybody. Is there anything that anybody wants to share before I go any further? Okay. Okay. It's good to see you all. I wanted this week to talk about a project that I've started a short while ago. I've been creating altars as platforms for transformation. And it's been such a profoundly creative experience for me and so very healing to those people that I'm working with. And I wanted to share this. And as I was preparing, I was thinking about what an altar is and what we, hang on one second, wow. Thank you so much for your support as these words come forward. That what I became present to is that our lives are living altars to the divine. That every space in which we find ourselves, we're creating some kind of an altar. Some of these altars are so beautiful. Those moments of love and care that we show another. Sometimes we have an altar to chaos, like I sometimes have in that kitchen drawer where all my junk is, or the back seat of my car can be an altar to chaos. But I was thinking about the space in which I'm living. I thought, oh my gosh, there is a wonderful teaching that Samyama holds. There is no place in the universe where God is not even a fraction of an inch. And so if I think, oh my gosh, God is right here with me in no matter what I'm doing. I was thinking, what is the altar of my computer? What am I worshiping when I come sit in front of my computer? And it can be a variety of different things. But when I began to think of it as an altar, this God who lives within me as me is in the presence of God all the time, because that's all there is. To bring this consciousness even to the smallest thing or to the larger thing, what a difference it makes, especially during this time when there's so much going on in the world. Some of us look to, how can I make a contribution? The altars we create in our everyday life can make such a huge difference in the shifting of the energy of the planet toward the light and toward the upliftment of humanity into the golden age. So I've begun, so that context of the altars that I create in my everyday life was revealed to me in my particular creation of altars for my clients and people that I love. I started out just to hold a situation or a person in a field of love. What were they needing? What did they need? Not so much what I wanted for them, but what did they need? And I'd wander around my house and pick up one thing or another, some little treasure, a crystal from a trip, or a document, a poem that I love, a book of poetry. Um, Sometimes I have these funny little things that my children made that feel like such pure love to me. And I begin to arrange them on this in this area for the purpose of my client. Sometimes the things would only want to stay on the altar for a very short time, minutes even, but they needed to be there for those minutes. There was this living kind of field of possibility arising. And as I began to come into that field of possibility, new insights arose as to what needed to be there. A lot of times I had no idea why I was putting it there. It wasn't any of my business. What was my business was to be there as an agent of love and service. Just that. I recently had I'm working with one client and she's an artist, and her altar, I needed to shake the bells over her altar several times a day. I have no idea why. But sometimes even in the middle of the night, I would be called to go shake the bells, ring the bells over her altar. There's a sense of this movement. And sometimes that's what we need more than anything else in our life is movement from the difficulty that we're in, that kind of stuck place that we can be. Just to move a little bit, to create a space for God's light to begin to shine again. This possibility, this my total surrender, as ridiculous as it seems to some people, in the miraculous. I'm just in love with the miraculous, and I believe it's happening all the time, whether we see it or not. The more that I make a space available for the totally unexpected to arrive, to have an altar for the miraculous to occur. Oh, I like that. I like this idea. I was thinking about my home. What is my home an altar to? Everything that I'm placing in my home. Why? What am I hiding? What needs to come out and be forgiven? What needs to be celebrated? What needs to come alive? Those are the things I'm thinking. Like, I should be cleaning my windows. I need more of the outside inside. These kinds of, and to create an altar to cleanliness in my windows, it brings a whole new vibration that comforts me, that makes my life more, I feel I'm making a difference. It's so easy in these times to feel that we don't really make much of a difference. But to be able to move with the miraculous, even if I'm the only one who sees it and believes it, that I'm dancing with the miraculous on the altar of my creation for the upliftment of humanity. I like to play a big game. And as I'm doing that, I'm inviting these other altars, these specific altars for the change and growth and healing, transformation of the beings that I love. And sometimes, so I have an integration of that too, this kind of dance of smaller specific altars, and then this larger altar that has rooms of its own. It makes me feel better. And I like that. I really like that. It's so easy for some of us to give, 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 give. And what about us? Creating a specific smaller altar for myself has been one of the hardest things I've ever had to do. I'm just not ready to receive. It's just a tough thing for me. And so I work with it. This funny little thing with, I got some statues on there, some things that mean things to me. And I believe in the miraculous when I look at it, even if I don't know how to go forward, how to tackle my own difficulties, having my eyes on the miraculous, allowing the miraculous to be my companion, allows for possibilities that I never would have considered. It's spending the time in the field, in God's field of the miraculous, that I think is some of the most important work we can do during this time of difficulty and challenge that the world is undergoing. And whatever we want to worship, that's one of the most important things that I wanted to share today, is this idea that only we can bring through certain things. We are the perfect matrix, the perfect portal for bringing through something that only we can deliver. And everything is needed. Everything is needed. Sometimes I think I'm just one person. What difference can I make? And I think of an orchestra. When you need that tinkling of the triangle, nothing else will do. It's terribly missed if our gift isn't given at the time that it's needed. So to stay in communion with this field of the miraculous, we'll know and recognize the call for when our contribution is required. What altar are we going to be working on at that time? The altar of our wounded egos, that needs a lot of attention. The altar of missed opportunities, the altar of forgiveness. All of these things are energies that are not just working on us, but are working on the greater consciousness that is everywhere. That's where we're making the real difference. It's nice when, wonderful little things happen in our own particular lives. But I think God gives us those experiences to keep us engaged in the bigger picture, so that our voices are chanting the mantras of the divine, whatever they are for us, whatever they are. One of the things that when I was little at Christmas time, the song that would always make me cry was The Little Drummer Boy. I don't know if you remember that song. Come, they told me, pa-rum-pa-pum-pum. I am a poor boy too. I have no gifts to give, but I can play for you. And that's the secret. That's the magic. No matter how much we sometimes can feel that we have nothing to give. The gift that that's most wanted from us is to just be ourselves, to give from our hearts what only we can give. Because in the altar of our own hearts, oh, that's where God is. In his purest, most beautiful, vibrant space, living within us as us. So the more we get to practice with these altars of whatever they are, the more we move with the miraculous, dance with the impossible, and create something new and breathtaking that only we can do. So, my lovelies, any comments or questions, or how is all of this for you today? Would anybody? Indira?
I love that lesson, Radha. Thank you. I think I'm going to listen to it multiple times. I'm recording. That's just lovely. The idea that we are creating altars no matter what we do. The altar to chaos in the backseat of your car. I love that. What a poetic image. But I really loved the idea of the altar to miracles, the altar to transformation, and how to create that. This has just been so meaningful. It's a different lens through which to look at service and miracles and energy flow and God within every moment and in every space. So thank you. Thank you so much for that.
Thank you.
Can I go next?
Please.
It made me realize why am I enjoying to be by myself? Because it makes me have my own altars. You know, I have put that over there because it means something, and I like this over here. And I also made me realize that as a parent, I have boundaries to my kids' altar. Because I've been trying to renovate their altars, but it's not my place. Is that the way they want to have their life? I have to respect that.
Wow.
And with my son, it's easier because we have some things in common. So we have a little altars. Like I learn a lot about meditation and sound bath. So we have a little space in our apartment just for that, so we can both enjoy. But in my room, is what I feel that is important to me. So that's how I took your altars, and it's very nice. I thought that altars were something that you it's always special, and you are you offer to altars. But this is it, more wide view of an altar to personal. So I appreciate that.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, Kira, Vishwari. Okay, unmute yourself. Can you unmute? Thank you.
Oh, it's so wonderful to see your smiling face and to feel all your love coming from your beautiful heart. And Raquel, it's wonderful to see you. I haven't seen you in ages. Are you living in Atlanta now? Are you living in Atlanta? Oh, I guess I can't ask questions. back and forth to someone else. But anyways, this really hit home with me with increasing the vibration in my apartment. I have an altar, and I find that when I clean it off, it really raises my vibration, and I feel that connection with the God within me, and I've been decluttering and creating more peace in my home, and that really lifts my vibration a lot. And I've been feeling this urge to just give something, because I live alone and I don't go to work, and so often I'm just by myself, and I'm thinking, I'm not out doing much seva in the world, and so what can I give? And so I just took a big container of vegetables, organic vegetables, to my younger sister, who happens to live in the same apartment complex as me. And I was just feeling really keyed up all day yesterday, like I just have to give something, but I wasn't sure what I could give. And I was feeling like, I like maybe I don't have much to give, and just wrestling with my shadow side a lot, with anger and fear, and really having a hard time with it. And now just this has really helped me to come back to my center, and to realize that I can create altars that connect me with that love in my heart, with that Mula Purusha, and I can forget about my shadow side and just know that I am always giving, no matter whether I'm taking organic vegetables to anyone or not. Even if I'm just looking at an altar, I'm giving that way. So thank you. Thank you, Radha. It's so good to be with you.
Good to be with you too. Thank you, love. Thank you for muting yourself too. There you go. How about you, Arunadev? Anything you'd like to share?
I have an altar in my bedroom, and it's I set it up to start with as a place to meditate, and I realized pretty quickly that it's more than that. It's a reminder that that there's beauty in the world, and we need to I need to see it more and appreciate it more. The altar's a lot of crystals in it, and two in particular that I pretty frequently, at least every other day, go over and hold them in my hands, because I can feel the energy. But it's also, the altar is also at a window, so it looks out on the woods in my backyard, or behind my backyard. And, to me, nature's an altar. And I'm very lucky in that, where I live, a lot of wildlife in the area. I've had, a family of turkeys that have visited in the backyard. A beautiful doe came up about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago, just staring at me from the edge of the woods. And I felt awe and a lot of love there. And then yesterday, there's a pond in the back too. And yesterday, a whole flock of geese came into they're in there are several ponds in this neighborhood, and they kind of alternate where they go. And yesterday they chose my pond, and there's one male and female that have 6 very young goslings that were just born like a week ago. And I spent a good about 10 minutes just watching them and admiring them, even though they leave goose droppings all over the place.
They do.
Yeah, they are. They remind me that all of us are God's creatures, and that, you know, when I do things like that, when I see things like that, it warms me, opens my heart even more, and you know, makes me appreciate this life and want to do more. Plus, I've got you know, 2 love bugs that are constantly with me too. So, and they're good reminders of all of that. I'm realizing that I'm pretty lucky, and I'm also realizing that it's time for me to start sharing more. So, anyway, thank you for the lesson. It was beautiful as always.
Thank you. Thank you for your share, all of you. It was what a beautiful day this is. There's let's see what so there's something that's coming through. So let's we'll just move into a little bit of a guided visualization and move toward the closure of our time together. So just get comfortable where you are. Close your eyes. And there is such a beautiful, brilliant star shining above us. Even as I say it, I get chills. I feel us sitting in a circle, those physically present and those who will join us later. All of us here. And this light, this beautiful light shining above us, such an incredible star. And the blue light of the sky. There is a descent of the star as it comes closer to us. Feel the stillness. And breathe. And the holy presence of a very great being. Feel your crown chakra open, the petals of that lotus. So beautiful as to be bejeweled. Feeling yourself now in garments of light. Feeling in our circle that we're holding hands. As our circle itself is a crown chakra of divine light. Feel the descent of heavenly whispers coming with guidance, reassurance, suggestions, requests as they flow through your crown, through the garments of light that integrate within you. Feel how you're being recognized, truly seen as the being you truly are. Feel the sense of community and of love and dedication to the greater good, to God's way, to the golden age, the diamond age of such palatial light. Breathe. Feeling us as a circle rising into that light, effortlessly supported by divine will. On a magic carpet of light. Feeling this carpet upon which we sit in the cosmos, the guiding light of the divine being around us, with us, in the center of us, the center of our circle. As the lights in the carpet, these jewel lights, blinking, glowing, transmitting teachings of great love. Healing our hearts. Feel your hearts and bodies open to receive the healing light. It's miraculous mosaic, exactly what you need. Feel the blessing of miraculous healing. Breathe. Feel the gratitude coming from yourselves that you no longer need to suffer. And again, hearing the tinkling of little bells, the echoes of the mantra, the celestial heavenly choir. All in the space of this great stillness. Breathe as eternity opens to you. You feel your light joining the great light in timeless eternity. Feel the quality of the love that lives there. As it recognizes you. Feel the divine witnessing you. Being such pure love. As the miraculous again unfurls within you. Our circle now begins to take the shape of an incredible flame, flame of living love. Feel this flame of love shining. As our group shines in the primordial darkness, feel the light that we are. Feel how it attracts other beings just by being who we are, open to the blessings and the miraculous, the pure love of the divine. Feel how that itself makes all things possible. You open and allow that love to have its way with you. So we now recognize that our gathering has created a flame of light within the cosmos that joins the lights of so many others. This is our light, our contribution, our altar to the divine. May it serve well any and all who seek it, whether they know what they're looking for or not. And breathe as we pranam to this great light that we have had the honor of creating. As we feel God's gratitude for our efforts. Feeling that we're part of something so much greater. How fortunate and blessed are we to be able to move in such a way across eternity. As you now offer your own prayers, that beautiful divine light that God created with us. And to finish up your prayers, knowing you can always return to this space, this divine flame that lives. We offer our gratitude to the light, to those great beings who are supporting us, to our own souls, our own spirits, for having worked so hard to come and be in this place of such beauty. And begin to return to the room in which you find yourself, integrating these blessings, knowing that we will return and gather again next month. As I feel the love flowing so beautifully among us now. Oh, I love you so. And begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and come back to the room. Open your eyes when you're ready. There's no rush.
Thank you, Radha. Thank you so much.
I feel like a new woman. Did it? And how was that experience for people? We only have a couple of minutes, and I want to honor everyone's time. Did you feel the flame that we created? Did you? How was that for people? I even as I talk about it now, I get chills. So something about this group and those who are joining us still.
It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you, Indira. Thank you, Prasad. Thank you, Ishwari. Thank you, Arunada. I bow to you. Ah, I just feel an ocean of love on this computer screen. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Love you. And I look forward to the next time. Have a wonderful month. And I feel like you're my altars. Thank you. I love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Bye-bye.